For everyone watching or listening,
don't be that person.
if you ever join something, or it doesn't even matter if it's like some program, it could be like any human on the planet who you're seeking advice from, and they tell you to do something specific, and then you come back and you didn't do the thing, or you ask the same question, it pisses them off, like a lot. What you need to do instead.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Stick Talk. It's been a while. What was the last one we did? Was it Dickie, or did we do one more?
No, we did a members lounge where we talked about all the different events we were at.
So we haven't done a podcast in a long time. We figured what better way to come back than with the man himself, Mr. Fazio.
Hello.
Who's been on a personal branding mission lately.
Yep.
And he's going to continue that on this podcast.
Yeah.
King of rants.
Yeah. So for the audience, basically what's happening is I decided that hyper-edited YouTube videos are for fucking losers. And you should just not do that. So
unless you're working with an agency in client attention.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Those guys are great.
Exactly. So I don't know why I made a rant. I just felt like getting on a rant one night. I posted it. I want to post it right now. I need like the energy behind it because I was angry. And
about what?
I don't know. I just get angry sometimes. Not like angry like, oh, I'm infuriated. I don't know. Like it's angry enough
just
to
want
rant.
to talk some shit.
Yeah, just talking shit. And I film it and I want to post it right now. I'm like, I'm not editing this. I'm not doing any form of a thumbnail. I'm just posting it. Posted it. Worked, and I was like, oh damn, do the same thing again the next day, but it's like 3 times longer. That one works even better.
That one's doing better?
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, this is the move. So I'm gonna try to film like 30 of those as fast as possible.
So when you say it worked, compared to what? And like, what are the metrics behind it?
You post a video, and 2 things. One, you can see the ranking.
1 to 10, yeah.
1 to 10, the past 10 videos that I tell you, every single one of them was 1. And I was like, okay, cool. Secondarily, it had resonance behind it. And what I mean by that is people were actively sharing it unprompted on Twitter themselves. So
dude, I saw some guy made it his screensaver on his iPhone.
Yeah. And people were like, people were like memeing it.
It's like, bro, it's like Daniel like,
like
this
go!
on his screensaver.
Max is
like this.
Yeah.
Max is like 2 seconds into hanging out with a girl. Go, do something.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, so that's the point. So clearly that resonated with a lot more people. And the reason why is because think of the kind of people who are inside client ascension. The problem with the hyper edited YouTube videos, oh, script this, do this, is it's made for like, I don't even know how to describe them, but like the NPCs. It's made for them.
Like entertainment, not education.
Yeah, it's like entertainment style stuff, but it's like, I don't want to speak to them. I don't like them. So I like,
unless you join Cold Email
yeah,
Mastery.
I like the people in Client Ascension and the kind of person who joins Client Ascension. So how do they consume information? In exactly that fashion I did it. So let me just go ahead and do that instead. And just so happens to be way cheaper and way easier. So it just makes a lot of sense. So I'm just only going to do that for now.
Easier for some people.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when
A
we
very
were
select few, I think.
we were
Game
talking
on,
about this
motherfucker.
in Arizona at
Knowledge
Cole's event, the reason I think it works is because there's so little competition of people that are capable of getting on camera and just ranting on something worthwhile for 20, 30 minutes. And so what's the structure behind it? Like, how do you know what to talk about for so long? Without any script, right? Because you're not sitting there
there's
and
no
premeditating.
script. I just like write points down on a note card, and I just rant, and that's it. I like the note card, dude. Myron Golden does that too. You ever see him check his thing real quick? He's just got like the topic.
Yeah.
You just like know the subtopics of the thing, and you just go into it like that. I like it better because you can like thought chain shit together. So it's like the way I arrived to this point is by looping it in from the previous point, and you can like interject like. It just like spiderweb a concept together. I just like that way better. Like as if it's an actual conversation that you're having. And that's kind of the whole premise about it. Like just speak as if somebody is there. And it's actually pretty cool because you start getting feedback on the video and people get comments and they ask very specific comments about the previous video. So you can make new videos that are thought chains of the previous one, and then grab elements from the other one, and now the whole fucking channel becomes a spider web. And it's like, oh,
that's how Myron's channel is.
Yes, exactly.
And I feel like if you've been watching him for long enough, we're talking about Myron Golden, by the way. who's like one of the YouTube channels you have to be following and studying and watching even. But the way he does it, I think he's been posting for like a year now, pretty consistently, once or twice a week, and everything weaves into each other. And the question I was going to have, and the audience is probably thinking this as well, is like, how do you come up? You said you want to do like 30 of these videos, right? So like, how do you ideate 30 unique topics in this format?
For instance, you just be in a conversation, and then like some point is made, and then I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I just write it down in my reminders. I just go YouTube video : and then like what I want to title it. And then all I have to do when I want to make one, I'm just going to sit down and write out subtopics about it and just think about how I want to explain the concept to someone. It's basically a VSL. Every single one's a VSL. It's here's the concept I want you to understand in this video, and here are all of the supporting points why you should do what I say. That's it. It's the same thing. It just so happens that when it's a VSL, it's you trying to sell a product. In this case, I'm trying to sell you on a concept on how you should change what you're doing right now to instead doing it how I'm instructing you. That's it.
How many takes does one 20-minute unedited rant take you?
One. All of them took one take.
One take.
Actually?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Every
I
single
can't
one.
even film a Loom video without like.
No,
50.
dude. I'll.
My thing is, after I get past the first 10 seconds, I'm good. But the first like 5, like, yo, what's going on? It's just like, I sound like a
Dude,
fucking idiot.
this is the thing with it. You don't get to choose when you can do it.
Yeah.
And that's like because it's like a cohesive. I can't like I'm doing it at this time. It doesn't work like that. It's,
Whenever it comes to you.
Yeah, it's like whenever it's there, it's like, yes, I can do it right now. So you have to do it right then.
So you said you were trying to do it earlier today. Couldn't. Like, why? What type of mindset do you have to be in?
Dude, I don't know, but the one that popped off, the one that performed the best out of the last 3 was at like 2 a.m.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I was just sitting in bed and I was like, I have to do this right now. I have to. I just got
crazy.
up. Yeah,
I feel like mine hits like after the gym. You're like, 2 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of weird though. Like your vocal delivery is better than when you like if you're not feeling it, like your words don't even come out as crisp.
Yeah, no, that's
Well,
the
like
point.
the conviction behind it. This is what people talk about with your delivery specifically, is like your level of conviction. Like you're yelling at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Which
saying.
works.
Like angry.
Yeah,
It's not
it
like
works.
angry. It's like it normally stems from like I tell someone to do something and they're not listening to me.
I remember the
You were
ClickFunnels
sending a voice
conference.
note to Charlie at the apartment in Scottsdale. He was like, "Fucking listen to me, dude." Just like
Remember the conversation you were having with that David kid at ClickFunnels, and it was for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And you were just yelling at him. You're like, "You're not good enough to do this. You have to backtrack because you're trying to do like a community."
It's so fucking true. I was right.
Yeah,
Dude, it's so funny because you know that giant offers doc I have where it's like just like long, like
yeah,
really,
like the
really
magnum
long.
opus.
Dude, it literally like it's like I haven't encountered a problem with like someone's having a hard time selling their stuff or I don't know, they can't get calls booked. I have not encountered a single problem that is not solved by something in there. It's like every conceivable situation that could ever occur. It's always just, oh, let me go to the rule book real quick. You just look at the rule book. And it's like so correct. And it's just, sometimes I'll go and add stuff. Like I remember I was talking to Leo and he was like talking about authority. And I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense to put that in there. Because it's like a component of why someone would purchase your stuff is that the perceived authority. This is very interesting. If it's a done for you service, you can have less authority than the client. Done with you, it has to be equal or you have to be higher. Of course, you
Way
always have
higher.
to be higher.
Yeah.
So the problem with that dude exactly was that he was trying to sell a coaching program, but it's like
You don't have that
you have
authority.
fucking zero credentials.
But I feel like it done with you is you have to have more, but of course you could be less. Like someone's like,
No.
oh, a $29 course on how to set up emails. I don't know how to do that shit. I'll buy this.
You have to have more on the specific topic.
Yes,
Yeah.
on the specific topic, yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would hope.
It sounds like a lead magnet, this offers document. Where can people get that?
Yeah, they should. I'll make a link.
YouArePoor.com/yes.
Yeah,
You got to make that into a book.
I probably
Yeah.
will. I think I will put it. I think I will post it on Amazon. Taylor was telling us to do
Yes,
that.
bro.
Oh, there's so many things we could do with a book.
Should we tell him about the codex? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's been a lot of interesting developments recently with like client ascension and all the work we're doing. But two of the big decisions recently were to invest in Cole Goren's mastermind and Taylor Welch's mastermind. And yeah, one of the first things we learned through Taylor Welch is basically his framework for building businesses. And he calls it the codex. And like the codex is essentially at the top, how you generate traffic, and then in the middle it's like the conversion mechanism, and then at the bottom it's like the delivery mechanism, like your product suite. The middle is like a VSL or the different funnels, and then the top are like where you drive traffic. And one of the main ones was a book, but also a podcast. And those are the two that he says get neglected the most, especially the book funnel. Remember, what was he saying on
put it on
our
Amazon
onboarding call?
Put it on Amazon.
That's how he's getting the 1.7x ROAS, like on the
Yes.
liquidation funnel,
Yeah.
just through Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Amazon
a
has.
book is like something tangible that people will get delivered to their house.
Yes.
Is that?
He probably Amazon.
It's an
KDPs
authority
it.
thing too. You have a book. It means you're a subject matter expert at that point.
We have books.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a book and just bid high as fuck on the Amazon ads. It's like,
$69 million.
I just
offers.
lose money. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, just get 1,000, 10,000 people to buy the book. Yeah, that'd be so base. No, it's very interesting. I feel like there's two different kinds of people who join coaching programs. One are the people who they're gonna ask a question, and you're gonna tell them the answer, and then they're gonna ask the same question, and it pisses fucking everyone off.
Yep.
That it is really, really annoying. For everyone watching or listening,
Don't be that person.
if you ever join something, or it doesn't even matter if it's like some program, it could be like any human on the planet who you're seeking advice from, and they tell you to do something specific, and then you come back and you didn't do the thing, or you ask the same question, it pisses them off, like a lot. What you need to do instead is you need to get the answer and immediately implement what they said. Now, let me give you an example. So we're at the tables. It was like breakout sessions at Cole Gordon's 8-figure boardroom, and this guy comes around. He was like collecting the sheets of paper. He's like, "So, what kind of questions do you have?" I was like, "I don't have questions." He's like, "What do you mean you don't have questions?" I was like, I came here with a question. The question's answered. That's it. All I need to do is execute the answer to the question. He's like, "So you have 0 questions?" I'm like, "Not until I execute what I was told, and then I get feedback from it." He's like, "Oh, all right." I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
And I'm sitting here like, "Well, you got to have some question." I'm like, "No, I fucking don't." Like, I know
Can you write something down though?
they just made some shit up where it's like, I don't have any questions. I came with the one question I had.
What was it?
The question was answered. It was the positioning for placement. It was answered, and now it's like, okay, now I go home and do that, and that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a exponentially negative graph between like time elapsed and how likely you are to implement it.
Yeah, like the one dude, Cloyd, he said,
Boyd.
Boyd.
Boyd Cluis.
Boyd Lewis.
That's a tough one.
He's just
He said
yeah.
Cloyd.
Cloyd.
Yeah,
Lewis?
Dan was closing him at the club after. How'd that go?
Bro, he's a killer.
You're just talking to
Fucking
him.
beast.
Yeah, he's
I
cool.
was just asking him for advice. I mean, he's
Yeah.
doing better than us. So
Yeah, he's
just, like,
great.
trying
Yeah,
to
he's
learn
great.
from him and asking him different stuff. And tons of
No,
good
but he
stuff.
said, like, go retarget all of your website visitors and the people who schedule calls, just like testimonials.
With
on-
testimonials
on-
specifically.
So I went up to the room and did it in like an hour. And I was like, right, that's what I did. It's
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, I don't know why people allow, like, they get something that's a good idea and they just fucking twiddle their thumbs for like a month. It was like, oh, I'll get to it. It's like, dude, it's like 60 minutes it takes to do. Like, go. What are you doing?
Well,
Like,
it's a lot easier to consume than it is to create, right?
Yeah.
And I was going through this today. I'm just going through Taylor's content in his mastermind. And like at the end of every video, there's like an action item, like the codex video, right? And like I won't allow myself, and it requires like a lot of discipline because it's really easy to just go to the next video instead of doing the action item at the end of that video that you just watched. And I like won't allow myself to go to the next video. But like that's my own self-discipline. A lot of people will just go to the next video and forget the action item 3 videos ago that they still haven't done. The worst though, the worst type of student in client ascension are the ones that not only show up to the same coaching call with the same question, but they go to other coaching calls with that same question.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the coaches are like looking at each other like, bro, didn't we just give him the same answer? Like, I know you and Nick, you get this a lot, right? And you're
Yeah.
both talking like, yo, this guy's hitting me up. He's being mad annoying. And Nick is like, yo, me too. He's like, what is he asking you?
Well,
And it's usually the same thing.
Yeah, it's not that they're, it's not annoying. It's like,
It's frustrating.
yeah, it's frustrating. You know what I did on one of my calls is I told them, I was like, a lot of you guys are outsourcing your thinking to me, but a lot of you here have been to so many of my calls, and now what's going to happen is you already know the answer to your question. You just want permission
Validation.
from me. You're outsourcing your thinking. I was like, what I need you to do is come to this with the mindset of that you are becoming me. Like you're absorbing the information. You're becoming as competent and as knowledgeable in this subject matter as I am. So this is the entire point of this, for you to understand and for you to know how to do it yourself and be able to do it yourself.
Yes.
So I'm like, so what I'm going to do is, if you have come to this call many times and like you're here all the time and you ask a question, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my answer in your head. And then I'm going to ask you for your answer, what you think. And then we're going to compare answers. I'm like, let's do this right now. And I started doing it. And a lot of people who came to all the calls, we have the same answer. And I was like, cool. All right. So you actually do know what you're doing.
Yeah. Nick and I were talking about this. A great example. So we probably have a lot of client ascension students listening to this. And you guys are getting a lot of heat right now, but we still love you. And so we want you to succeed. So 2 examples, right? What a good student looks like and what a not so good student looks like. Not so good student will ask you, what should I write for my VSL, right? Good student will send you 3 different examples of VSL scripts that you've written and ask for which one is best. And at least give you an idea as to why they think one is better than the other. So like do the actual work and ask for feedback. Same thing with like, if you're in an email and you're trying to think of what's the best response to send back, like response handling, right? Come up with the response yourself based on what you've learned from the content and the coaching calls, and then ask for feedback on that rather than saying, hey, what should I say here? Like at least make the effort based on what you've learned and then submit it for a review. Because otherwise you're never going to survive in business. If you have to outsource your thinking and the actual doing of the thing to coaches that you won't have access to forever.
It's just the confidence to have your own conclusions and think by yourself, I guess.
And that's kind of like the role of a coach, right? Is you kind of have to hard press them on it. Like coaches need to identify when that's happening and not let it continue. And I think that's what makes Client Ascension a really good program, is because there is that aspect of tough love too.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's just laziness. It's so easy to go to calls and just ask everybody, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What would you do here?
Nah.
Well, it's just a lack of confidence.
I don't know if it's lack of confidence though.
No, this is really interesting. I mean, because we've just done this with like 1,000 people so far. I would say that the most common reason of failure actually is like a mindset thing, because it's like exactly like what you were saying, where it's like you were too scared to come to your own conclusions. You know, it always comes to the people who don't participate much either. It's always a mindset issue.
Dude,
because they're not participating.
If you knew that you were the best copywriter in the world, you would never ask anybody a question. But if you're like, oh, I don't think I'm good at this, you're going to ask a lot of questions.
But therein lies exactly the problem, because people need to assume they're the best. But like a lot of people in psyop to be humble. Like people won't like you if you're not humble. But it's like actually people will fucking hate you if you're just humble all the time. And like you need to like
the biggest I've thought about this a lot too, is like the line between ego and confidence. I feel like if it's internalized and you never tell anybody, it's confidence. But as soon as you start externalizing it, it turns into ego.
I think confidence is derived from like you say you're going to do something, you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
It's
can
just
be
self-talk.
You can be confident and humble. You just don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, having
like
ego.
imagine if you just made $1 million and you told nobody, you're like, oh, I'm confident. But then if you're like, oh, I made $1 million, everyone's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. I'd say ego is like shitting on other people. It's like you don't ever do that. That
No.
never works. Confidence is just like, no, I can do this. Like, who hates someone who says I can do this? Like, no one. Everyone loves that guy. In fact, everyone is like severely drawn to that guy. And there's something just about like the frequency that you're operating at. It just makes people want to work with you.
I think it's
the
when
clients you're talking to.
Like Hormozy, everyone loves him because he's just so robotic. Like there's no ego in his tonality at all. It's just
It's hyper.
I sold my business for $100 million.
Yeah, he speaks in like absolutes.
Yeah.
That's where confidence
like,
comes from. So he's not like, I think this. He's like, no, this is the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sold for $1 million. Not everyone can do it. Like that's cockiness.
It's so interesting.
See, where the only place where I think laziness comes into play is when they ask 100 questions on the same topic and they've never even tried it themselves. Like take cold calling, for example.
Yeah, it's just mental masturbation.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like,
oh, I did something today. I asked a question.
Like, how do I cold call? What software do I use? You know, how do I go about it? How do I write a script? Like, dude, just pick up your phone. Like for the first year and a half, like when we were doing Knowledge X, I didn't even use the Google Voice number. I just used my iPhone.
Yeah.
for everything.
I think the hardest thing in any area of life is like doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like once you do it for the first time, you're like, all right, that wasn't that bad. But like the mental block.
Yeah, so it's the uncertainty.
Yeah.
And dude, I've talked about this before. It's never the actual amount of work that anyone is scared of fucking ever.
But it's crazy.
Always the
But it's
uncertainty.
crazy because the best feeling of satisfaction is like getting a positive result from something that made you nervous. Like the best feeling in the world is like after our event or after we speak on stage or after we close a deal. It's like
a sigh of relief.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's like I just did something hard and it worked. It's like holy fuck, this is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Like I am deathly afraid of jumping off cliffs like into water, but once I do it, I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
yeah.
You made it. Yeah. When you come up above in the water, you're like, holy
Or
shit.
like going down a water slide where your heart's racing and the whole line on the way up.
Dude, that's exactly why people love Lambos, because it's hard to get one. Like
Yeah.
that's what. Or like hot girls. It's like why do other dudes respect a guy who has a hot girlfriend?
I saw a video.
Because not everyone can do that. Like that's it.
I saw a video of Idris Elba and he had like a really attractive woman on his arm and he was like dapping everybody up and the caption's like, you know, Idris is just cocky because he's with a baddie right now.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, look who the fuck I'm with, bitch.
exactly.
Super.
Simply do hard things.
Yeah.
Because if you do a hard thing, the act of doing, you become better at the act of doing additional hard things, right? And everything you want happens to just so be gated behind doing a hard thing and being good at a hard thing.
You just
So
get
getting
used
on a
to it.
sales call for the first time, I remember being terrified. I was like, oh shit, the big scary businessman. I was like, oh shit. I was like 20. It was like terrifying.
Yeah. It just comes with a lot of reps.
Yeah, it's really it. But like Dan was saying, a lot of people are just like scared to even take or do the first rep. Like you just there's a mental block.
I think it's because it's like really hard to be productive when you know exactly what you have to do. Or it's easy to be productive when you're like, all right, I got to take these 5 sales calls. But when you're like starting a business and you're like, I mean, client ascension lays it out, but
That's why people quit, because there's so many things they have to do.
like if I wake up, I'm like, oh, I have to do this, I can do it all. But if I wake up and I'm like, the fuck do I do today? It's like a lot harder to be productive.
It's also people are like a slave to their own routine.
Yeah.
Like if I have the same exact routine every day, it's super easy for me to be very productive with those specific things.
Yeah.
Like the moment we have to hire for a new position, like a recruiter,
Yeah.
that we've never hired before, like the amount of time it takes isn't that much. It's like an hour. And I literally just did that after I lost a bunch of money playing blackjack in Arizona. I was like, fuck this, I need to make more money. I just went upstairs and just like finally did the work I was putting off. But like the mental energy to actually start that task, because I had never
It's
done it
more
before,
than actually doing it.
it's like, yeah, it's like 10x more. And that's how it is with basically anything, right?
Yep.
It's
It's
like,
actually crazy. To
like
think
to use the girl example again, like if you never talk to a hot girl, like the energy that it takes to actually go up and say something is like 10x more work than when you're actually in the
Dude, it's like the,
Yes. Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
It's true with anything.
So
it's like
true.
I'm not even gonna say it. Just keep going.
now you have to say it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like, no, I'm not gonna say.
I'm on the edge of my seat, bro.
I can't say.
Yeah, you have to say it.
I
Grow
can't.
up,
It just
bro.
sounds terrible.
You have to say it.
No.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, so we got for anyone's ever, if you ever go to Scottsdale and you're thinking about getting a fucking table, we spent fucking $16,000 on a table.
16,000.
I thought it was gonna be.
16,900.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like $5,000 or
Well,
$6,000.
who was ordering the-
1800 that they put on my card.
Huh?
That's when we should have known there was a problem. They came up to me halfway through the night and asked me for my ID and credit card.
That's weird.
And yeah, there was like $1,800 on it.
Huh, that's weird.
So who was ordering the mega bottles of 1942 or Ace of Spades? Who
Some
was
guy
doing
named
that?
Matt, accordingly.
Matt
I
or
guess.
Mike?
Or Mike. It was Mike. I was so pissed because
Every sign said Mike is a G. I'm like, what the?
I was relatively sober.
Oh,
and
I was hammered. I didn't know what was going on.
I was like the one who, like, I said it to you multiple times, like, yo, can we get somebody to switch a card? And you're just like, yeah, bro, good point, let's go. And I was like, I don't think you
I mean,
heard
I
it.
didn't
Everybody
even notice.
Everybody at the table is doing massive numbers, so
There had to be 40 people at that table.
who were doing probably in their business like a combined 20 million a month.
so maybe we should put some text out there. I don't know. Maybe.
No, I mean, it's our own fault. We put ourselves in that position.
We spent
not
16
really.
grand for Andre's birthday. Let's go.
No, 'cause
Yeah.
that's one of those things where when you're doing a table, you have to get everybody like up front. There has to be like an upfront understanding.
Not really.
Bro, I'm never going out on my birthday ever again. I went out on my birthday 2 years ago. I got drugged in Miami, and then we went out this time, and
Oh
I
yeah, that sucks.
dropped
dude.
17 grand on the table.
Usually Andre's like the responsible one, but he was way gone.
I mean,
way
it was a
further
birthday.
gone.
It was a birthday.
Yeah, you guys.
I
it was
had some restraint.
terrible
So,
influences.
in Scottsdale, they literally like bring you off-duty bottle girls to hang out with you. I'm like, this is genius. They're just gonna run us up, and they did. But the girl that was with me was like grabbing my hand, pulling me over to the menu. She's like, "What about this one?" I'm like, "Nope, that's a $4,000 one." No,
You know, she has a KPI. It's like,
oh yeah,
Absolutely.
she was telling me like, "Oh yeah, like she was in a group chat like, "Oh, I've sold this idiot." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Oh man, we got swindled.
I just wanna
So
know-
based.
I respect
who
the
ordered
game.
the bottles of Dom.
I
Because I
respect
was
the
like,
game.
okay, like Grey Goose, Tito's, Casamigos, that's us.
Yeah.
And then I saw the bottles of Dom.
Were you
coming.
doing it, Daniel?
No, I didn't do. I wasn't ordering Dom.
You weren't
barely.
ordering the Dom?
No.
Okay, so these people were putting $4,000 bottles on our tab. I mean, that's not.
Yes.
You should be like, hey, who
I don't
ordered
think
the-
any of us ordered a single bottle.
I didn't
except
order a
as soon
single
as we
thing.
got there.
I ordered the first two, but that was for the table. Like you have
Nah,
to hit
I
the minimum.
got 6.
Okay.
Six?
I ordered 6.
Because you got a blonde girl on your shoulder, dude.
It
I'm
still
like, this-
doesn't add up to 17 grand.
Yeah.
I was just on the plane so down bad. I was just looking at my
Oh,
phone. I was
dude.
like, I could order Chipotle double chicken for the next year 3 times a day,
Don't say Chipotle.
and that's still like
We could have gone to Meat Market
13,000
400 times.
That's still like $13,500.
We will simply make more money. It's very simple.
I mean, if you guys are okay
It's
with
like
it.
an egregious amount that just makes me sick.
Oh,
but-
dude.
You just have to let it go though. Like the
Ew.
more
Yeah,
you
good.
can detach from money, I feel like the more
That
you
was
make.
business class for all of us to like.
We will simply make
Antarctica.
more.
It was a tough one to swallow, but you can't look back at shit like that.
It's only
but
it's less than
on
2
the
pips.
bright
Hey,
side,
hey,
on the bright side,
We've grown. After one of the events, we're like $3,000. Oh fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, not in a good way though. This is not good growth.
I think that's regression.
well, you're like less upset about this one than that one. I was okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I just,
so we'll just hit $1 million a month in the next
yeah, I was
6
gonna say.
months. That's
So
fine.
still, you write it off as an expense for being at that event, which we got definitely $17,000 worth of value
Oh,
from.
no doubt.
Especially with Eddie,
Eddie,
Malouf's
yeah,
presentation.
shout
at the
out
end.
Eddie Malouf
This
if
is
you're
actually
watching
this
this.
is a funny story too. So Dan and I, it was like the night
We should
before
you
my
text
birthday.
Eddie like, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
What would he say?
He was like, I woke up and I literally like puked.
Who?
Eddie, he's like, there's no way. The group, I'll show you guys the group chat after. Everyone's like, oh man, I'll send you money. We got like $200.
What? The?
Anyways. So yeah, it's like the night before my birthday. So it was like just turned my birthday. So Dan and I are like, yeah, let's just go gamble. Why not? So we're playing blackjack, and we're losing like a lot of money.
Yeah, you clean this out quick.
I think I lost $800 in like 15 minutes. But during that time, Eddie Malouf sat at the table, and he was the keynote for the next day. And so he's like, yo, guys, like, I'm doing this keynote tomorrow, and I was thinking of using, like, Client Ascension and ListKit as an example, like, on stage, a live example. And so I'm like, man, like, we lost $800 at the table, but if we weren't there, he wouldn't have used this as an example in his keynote on stage in front of everyone, which is like a playbook. If you watch the keynote, when we watch it back and implement it, it's like a playbook for, like, $1 million funnel easily, like
Yeah.
a challenge funnel.
Yeah, so simple.
Who wants to, like, kind of explain the strategy behind it?
Yeah. So basically, a challenge is like a extended webinar where there's a defined outcome of the challenge, like sign your, or get your first booked call from cold email in the next 14 days, and then once people enroll, it's like a 4-day video series where like the first day you dress up the opportunity, explain what cold email is, give them homework,
Make them believe it's probable,
Oh,
not
yeah.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you have to give them clear evidence that like not only can this work for somebody like myself, but it is going to work for you.
Yeah.
So you just need to find a way to deliver a super
Yeah.
quick win.
And then day 2 is like do something on camera with them, which for us would be like build the ListKit list with them, which is our SaaS, which is going to be very, very good. And then give them homework to basically sign up for your software. So it's like double whammy. And then day 3 was what, like set up your system, write your script,
Yep.
push start.
And then day 4 is more of like a sail into what to do next.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of gems that were dropped, and as we implement it, we'll also document it and share it with you guys so you know how it all works. But yeah, the biggest takeaway, what Dan was saying, is make the outcome of participating in the challenge probable, not possible. And so like when you think of a challenge, you're probably like, oh, like sign your next client. That's not probable in like a 4-day challenge. It's
No.
more like set up your cold email system that'll allow you to sign more clients in 2024. Like that's a probable outcome. That is also setting them up for needing to join your program even more, right? Because they set up the system now. How do you come up with an offer? How do you get on sales calls and close deals? How do you fulfill for that service, right? All of which is answered in a coaching program that we could sell on the back end of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, needless to say, we lost a lot of money at the table. We lost a lot of money at the bar.
Except when I went on that fucking run on blackjack.
Oh, yeah,
that was
sick.
Yeah,
so
we
great.
didn't really lose money besides the table.
Yeah, I guess not.
We all broke even on.
I had that Alabama bet.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
broke. I broke even.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
lose
I
money
was-
gambling.
I was down 1,000 going into last night, and
Yeah, I
Made
made
1,000
decent
profit.
money. On
I
the
think I made
tables.
$100, and now I have $500 cash. I hit this guy up. I'm like, can I just buy Bitcoin from you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right.
I'm rich, bro. I got $1,200 in Naked Farmer gift cards that
Yeah,
got delivered.
Me too.
I'm like, I'm
I gotta
not-
check them
That's
out
a
for
good-
that.
for
That's
a
my new
month.
system.
Wait,
Whenever-
what?
Yeah,
What
they
are
were,
you
doing, they were doing a Black Friday deal where it was $1,000 to buy $1,200 worth of Naked Farmer, like Naked Bucks they call them. And I was like, well,
Dude, that's a great deal.
That's a great.
Yeah,
Imagine
I
if
bought-
you're,
I bought
imagine if
instantly.
you're married and your credit card bill says like naked bucks. Your wife be like, what the fuck? Oh, it's a
$1,000.
food place. I swear.
Yeah, but it makes so much sense. You get $200 free, and we literally go there like every.
I know.
single
I would
day.
be there every single day. If,
Every day. I go
Yeah.
The
there.
cashier's gonna be like, your remaining balance is $1,100. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I think we were doing the math. It'll last us like 3/4 of the year.
That's crazy.
I think it's only gonna last me like 4 months.
A bowl is $15. That's
It's a little over 15 with chicken.
it's like 100 days, 90 days.
Yeah,
That's not that long.
but I mean, you're not there every day. You're not gonna eat literally every day. So for me, it probably
Plus,
like 4 or 5 months.
I'm travel. Like we travel a lot. We were just gone for 30 straight days.
dude, that sucks.
That was terrible.
Dude, that's what
I came back to Tampa and I was like, oh fuck yes. It's good to come back here after being away though.
Anywhere. Like, bro, I went to Orlando, to Portugal, to New York, to Massachusetts, to Phoenix. It was like all over the place
What were you doing in Massachusetts?
for a concert.
It
It was like literally all over the place, nonstop car rides and airplanes and
I get back, I'm like, I'm never leaving again.
Yes.
yeah, I'm leaving back home in like 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, for Christmas, but
for Christmas.
right back.
It never stops, bro.
Mosey doesn't go back for Christmas.
Yeah, what a loser.
You
Honestly,
gotta watch the video.
Love
It's
you,
actually
Dad.
a good video.
does he like say that he's actually not going back home?
Yeah, but he also says like
has to work.
if
He
you,
has a family. He has a wife.
he says if you have a good family, this doesn't really apply to you. At least he puts that disclaimer in there multiple times.
Yeah. Right.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
It's a
bro,
bad
you call him a
family.
loser. He's got a tougher situation.
I think he's
back
just
home.
yeah, I'm sure.
He's huge right now. Like he's gotten bigger.
What?
Like
It's
stronger?
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Why
Watch the video.
would you even want to get bigger?
I don't know, but it's
How
sick.
could you get bigger?
It's like uncomfortable.
Dude, I haven't been at the gym in like 4 months.
So
Legit.
why? This is like, it will positively affect your productivity.
I know. I will simply begin.
I will simply begin.
Lifetime would open.
Taylor did a post in his community.
Scammers.
He's doing like workouts every morning now
Yeah.
at like 4 a.m. and he's like, "Who wants to join?"
I'm
like,
good.
I'm good.
If I go to the gym at 4 a.m.,
He shared his schedule in the chamber. He goes to bed at 9, wakes up at 4. His like, and he has it blocked off in like 30
I
minutes.
just can't do that. I can't go to bed at night. I cannot do that.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm more creative at night, like you are. Like at
Yeah.
2 a.m., I'll have like a great idea,
Yeah.
or I'll be able to get deep work done.
you're never up at 2 a.m. though.
Well, not to that extreme, but like midnight.
Daniel texts in the group chat at like 2:08. I'm like, what the fuck? Go to bed. I slept for 10 hours last night.
Yeah, but I don't know how you do it. I'd go crazy if I didn't work out. Like if you don't sweat regularly, I
No,
feel like,
like,
your quality of life.
I go
just
on long
decreases.
walks. I do that, and I'll do like push-ups and whatnot, and just like to not be
Daniel's
like
acting like
a
he's in
piece
jail.
of shit.
Daniel burns like 3 times the normal amount of calories because he's just so pissed all day.
No, like I move. I just haven't been to a gym and lifted weights in like 4 months.
Come to the gym. I go to the gym right by you.
Dude, I used to be like psycho workout hard, like a lot. I benched 315 before.
What?
Yeah, I did.
That's
It
crazy.
was great.
That's light.
I was pretty jacked.
Danny's like, if I had his arms as long as Daniel, I'd bench 500, boy.
You
I probably would bench
You
like
probably would,
375
yeah.
if I had his arms.
Yeah, when you have
Who's the one guy who's just like a massive human who can barely breathe anymore? The Sam guy, Sam
Sulek.
Sam Sulak, what a legend. Oh, his video is, yeah.
What?
yeah.
He what?
Yeah, dude, it works
Oh.
better. It just does. Honestly, because I don't watch business people besides Myron Golden.
Yep, I'm the same way.
That's the only business person I watch on YouTube. And now I'm thinking back on it like, oh, this has been right in front of my face this entire time. You just don't hyper edit videos and you just speak. But I just like that.
There's just so few people who can do it. This
Yeah.
is why it's working for you.
Dude,
I'm
I
the
was in
same
a-
way. I only listen to Myron or podcasts, which is the
Yeah,
same thing. It's
exactly.
like off the cuff.
Dude, this was interesting. Nick was talking about a conversation he was having with Taylor. Taylor was telling him to make a book as a part of the codex that we just spoke about. And Nick was like, oh, well, I don't know, like people's attention spans, like, is a book really the best thing? And he goes, do you read? He goes, yeah, I read all the time. It's like, do your
you go.
clients read? He's like, yeah, all the time. Like, okay, so you make a book, you sell a book, and you attract the kind of person
That you wanna
who
work
reads
with.
a book. And
Yeah.
okay, yes, that makes a lot of sense. So now I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah, and I feel like the idea of what a book is very distorted. Like you're thinking like you have to write like a Rich Dad Poor Dad type thing, but if you look at like the books that these types of people like Myron has a book funnel similar to Taylor, and the book is just like their course, but in written format. Like that's it.
Yes.
Like Taylor's book is exactly what he teaches in the mastermind with like the pictures, like kind of like Hormozy or Russell Brunson style. And it's really valuable, but like you read the book and you just want more at the end. And so where do you go?
Yeah.
I feel like people get scared because it's like a huge legacy thing in their mind. Like I get one shot at this. This is all I'll ever be known
Bro,
for.
you don't even gotta write it. Just like chat GPT it. You literally have enough video
No, I wouldn't.
and written content
I-
on the internet.
No, I would never chat GPT.
But you know what I'm saying though, right? Like you could have someone to help you take all of your content and synthesize it into a book.
Dude, this is why I never like the concept of using ghostwriters. Like, oh, hire a ghostwriter to do my tweets. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either. I've seen too many people that I respect, like just it kind of embarrass themselves on Twitter.
I saw it was Dylan Andrews. He tweeted today. He goes,
the funniest kid ever.
quantity of quality. That was the whole tweet, and I was like, yes. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, and I'm thinking like people say, oh, did you do quality over quantity? It's like as if
No,
they're
volume.
as if they're mutually exclusive, as if you can't do like a substantial volume of quality things.
Yes.
like yes, correct.
Bro, content's like the one profession where you can be right 10% of the time and you're very successful.
Especially on Twitter.
You could get like one viral video or tweet out of every 10 and you're fucking murdering it.
Yeah, what's the TikTok update?
I just crossed like 42,000.
Let's go.
Followers?
Yeah. I hit 4 million last week on a video and I'm at 2.5 on a video from Scottsdale.
Nice.
And I'm at like $1,500 in creator funds.
Do you ever just scroll through the comments?
Oh yeah, what do you mean? That's like the funnel, bro.
Are people just like super dumb in the comments?
Depends on the video.
Yeah.
Depends. Dude, the coolest part about content is you can manipulate your audience. Just talk about one thing and you're going to attract people from that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to start making videos about, like, best coffee shop in Tampa, 3 things to know when you move to Tampa, best bar in Tampa. Just, like, be local influence.
The Tampa man.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, Mason, all he talks about is fucking...
Tampa man single-handedly saves Tampa real estate market.
Yeah, people-
Gets 30,000 people to move.
People will comment. It's like, did Tampa, like, sponsor you to make this video? Like, why are you glazing so hard?
Like, you
Kid just
glaze.
loves Tampa.
NPCs love saying glazing. I don't know what the fuck it means.
Yeah,
but
they always say bro.
What do you mean you
doing
don't know
this,
what it
dude.
means?
bro glazing. Like,
Bro
sucking it
yapping.
off.
Yeah.
There was a sign outside of your hair entrance and it says glazing from like a donut company. I was like, that's hilarious. But
Yeah, probably
I
different
saw
meaning.
one time. Some videos are coming, bro. Dude comments. He goes, "Bro's a yaposaurus."
to Christian.
Bro's a what?
they'll say bro's yapping.
Bro's a
All I see is like
yaposaurus.
yap.
It's hilarious, bro. No, but
All
for
bro
real.
be doing is yap.
The one I give Mason a lot of credit. The business videos are the hardest to go viral on, and he does it a lot.
Yeah.
Because his aren't like, here's how you run a business. It's like, here's how you make money.
Well, his is like, here's my massively expensive Rolex, which I don't have. So it's like, what the fuck? I don't want to make a video on like someone I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he really just
Here you
talks
go,
about
bro.
how to make like your first 5K.
His
a
best
month.
video was like, here's what life is like at 0 to 10K. Here's what life is like at 80K a month. I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah, that one like blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Money topics do very well.
Yeah, I was seeing that on Twitter.
Very well.
People were
Same
talking
thing Ryan
about it.
Megan talked about.
It's like money, relationships,
Was
social. It's like money, sex, relationships, social, mindset stuff.
Yeah.
You just have to make it apply to everybody. Someone will be like, how to deliver your emails. I'm like, dude, nobody's watching.
Grant Landon does the mindset stuff very well.
Yeah, he does.
Like extremely well. Yeah, he's cooking on TikTok.
Yeah, his TikTok's disgusting.
Like gives you so much traffic when you figure that
Because
out.
everybody's on it.
I wonder how
Yeah.
much he's making from the creative fund because
I don't know.
all of his videos are like 2
Long.
minutes
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably getting like 7, 8K. 5 to 7, I would say.
a month.
Depends on what his RPM is, though. Because, like, TikTok measures your cost per 1,000 views. One of the kids from Binghamton does, like, D1 athlete videos. It's, like, $2 per 1,000. I'm like, what the fuck? Mine's, like, 40 cents. So it's, like...
D1? What do you mean D1 videos?
He just
like
makes
highlight
videos
reels?
about, like, what I eat as a Division I basketball player.
Oh.
Yeah. They just love the college... Like, they love college content. They really do.
That's pretty based.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I want to just like not drink until we get another table for
Yeah.
New Year's.
So just don't drink
Dude,
until New Year's. It's not
dude-
even that long.
Dude, like when I was
It's like 3 weeks, bro.
yeah,
I wanna
I
take,
know.
like, 2.5
I
weeks
know,
off
but
of
I'm tying this into something.
Okay.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him
Let him
cook.
cook.
When I was ripping those videos, and I was like, it was just flowing. It was just flowing so nice, dude. I was writing ads and like writing hella copy as well. Everything was flowing so nice. It was because I didn't drink for like over 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I'm like, and it takes. I feel like it takes that long for it to exit your system and like kick in, like literally 2 weeks. And I'm like, fuck, now I have to wait 2 weeks. I was
Yeah.
like, shit. I didn't drink in Scottsdale until that last night. But you
Bro, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Last year and this year, 30 days leading up to the big events we do in Tampa, I didn't drink for 30 days straight. And it's for that exact reason.
yeah.
It's because I want to be sharp for like this big event that we're, you know,
Dry
spending all this
January
money on.
minus Gasparilla. Let's do it.
No, you guys did this last year. Remember
Was that actually our thing?
That was hilarious.
Was it? Yeah, it was like it was like dry January minus.
Except on like days,
minus Gasparilla, except on-
weekends. I'm like, bro, so like the only
Yeah, let's
time
throw a
you'll
banger
drink-
at my house.
No,
yeah,
it was literally it was minus Gasparilla or on dates or if we get a table for some reason.
And it just came up every weekend.
Just get a table every weekend.
All right. I want to commit to Dry January minus Gasparilla. I do. I actually do. Don't
You
laugh.
can't minus it. It's either you
No,
do it or you
no.
don't.
Gasparilla. You have to.
But you can drink on New Year's past midnight.
Yeah, New Year's Gasparilla.
There we go.
What do you mean? It's New Year's.
No, I know. I'm agreeing with you because I'm not doing it. So I'm just trying to find.
What are you gonna do if like the
Somebody drink
Steelers
with
are
me.
in a big playoff game?
That's not fucking happening, so I don't care.
I don't know, bro. You gave up on Kenny Pickett?
He's fucking out for 4 weeks.
Oh man.
Have you read a Twitter post?
He is the
No.
quarterback got
Yeah,
injured.
he hurts his ankle every play because he can't make a read, so he runs for it and gets murdered.
Here we go.
And that was Steelers talk. But I'm trying to think of other things in January that would come up that make
New
you
Year's to
wanna
Gaspy.
Once it gets here,
Do you have a?
it's-
Does he have a? Do
promise
we have a
you.
conference in January that he's going to?
Oh,
Oh, he's going to Nashville. Okay, you're gonna say sober in Nashville.
Sober in Nashville. Yeah, no shot.
All right, dry January minus Gasparilla minus New Year's Day past midnight, and then minus Nashville
For now,
for now.
because you never know.
Nope. I'm just going to meet a girl in Nashville and take her on a date. Nope, not going out. I'm not. Who says I'm even going to Nashville? Aren't you guys going?
I'm not going. No.
I'm not. You and Daniel are going.
Wait for Taylor's thing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, cool.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
we're
on a
probably
ski trip.
drinking in Nashville. She's like, oh, you
Yeah,
convinced me.
Taylor brings out the mimosas, or what does he do?
He brings out-
Margaritas.
Margaritas, yeah.
I can't
At
say no
every
to that.
event.
Do February because that's the shortest month of the year.
It's actually 1 day longer this year.
Oh, it's a leap year. Fuck.
Drake's in February.
Big as the what?
It's always something, huh?
It's always something I hate.
It's really
everything.
not that hard, bro.
No,
Yeah, anyway, what
when
else
you
do we
a
have to talk
problem, it
about?
is.
ListKit, if there's any updates there.
Oh, yeah, ListKit.
From your perspective, because I don't think you've been on a podcast with us where we've talked about ListKit. What has it been like? Because I know you're mostly in the info space.
Yeah.
You had SaaS. What makes ListKit different than all the SaaS businesses you've run before? Or more successful?
People don't churn from it. It's great. It's like easy to sell. I was talking to someone about this, and it was like, how many ListKit competitors are there? And it's like real competitors. It's like not very many that are.
5.
Yeah, especially after
a
mobile
good
numbers too.
What is
It's
it?
like- it's like
Apollo,
5.
ZoomInfo, Uplead,
Seamless.
Rocket Reach.
Yeah,
Cognizant,
there's like 5 or 6.
instantly.
Lucia.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
there's like
it's
7.
Lemlist.
no, they have way smaller databases than us. None of them have.
I'm
nearly
just
as
saying
many
people
leads
that
as
would
us.
be considered competitors.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good.
There's like less than 10 though, I'd say.
Okay. Yes. So it's like difficult to make that. You can't just fucking spin one of those up.
It
Like
is
that's not a
very
thing.
difficult.
You
no
can't just
shit.
do that.
Only
It's
took us-
hard. What?
Only took us 2
Now, here's
years
the-
and 200
here-
grand at least.
No, here's the thing with it. That means supply is low. It's not like you run an agency. Oh, we run a cold email agency of like fucking 8,000 people selling
Yeah.
the same thing. Or like you have a high ticket coaching program and there's like a million
barrier
motherfuckers
to
selling
entry.
the same exact thing. So it's like we're selling something that has a very low supply. So it's really easy to make sales of it because there's so much demand for it
Yeah.
and so little supply. So I'm like, okay, one, this is phenomenal. Now the thing with all the rest of the competitors is that it's very I guess you could say like corporate-esque, and they're not. And what I mean by saying is they're not using any kind of direct response, like no DR heavy shit. Like, hey, let me ram this VSL in like 18 direct response ads and like test a bunch of funnels and like get the sales team behind it. Obviously, like Zoom Info does that, but like ramming YouTube ads to get people to sign, like making self-liquidating funnels and whatnot. It's like, I don't think you guys understand if you can fucking or a lot of people here too, if you can self-liquidate on a cold traffic funnel for a SaaS, you're gonna make $1 billion fucking dollars. Like, actually,
Yeah.
like $1 billion. Because, dude, we would just spend like 30 grand a day, like whatever. Start taking out like debt and shit. Where it's like I self-liquidate in like 24 hours, so it's like you immediately make the money back and just scale it infinitely. So it's like it's like that's what I'm trying to find. But people don't understand. People think, like, oh, I'll learn Facebook ads and I'll do Facebook ads for a bunch of clients, or and I'm gonna make them a lot of money. There's fucking tens of millions of businesses advertising on digital platforms, and maybe 1% of them profit. It's profiting off of ads and digital ads, especially with how expensive they are now, is so foreign of an eventuality. People think you can just like fucking spin up some ads and like you just make money. It doesn't work like that at all.
No.
Like
Not
you,
up front.
huh?
Not up front.
Yes.
That's why like payback period is such an important
Yes.
metric when people are looking to acquire a SaaS, because the assumption is you're losing money up front. How long does it take you to actually make that back if the customer stays?
Yes, exactly. So, like, it's and people don't understand like the raw volume of shit in different funnels and angles and testing and videos and how many like just hundreds of different iterations of different funnels and different approach angles until you find one that can just self-liquidate. And once you have it, it's like, holy shit, this is about to cook. And then you just ram everything you have into it. That's what I'm trying to do. It's just test those iterations as fast as possible. And this is another thing. People think like let's assume there's like combinations. So like an instance. An instance would be you have a premise of an ad, you have like what the funnel says, and then all the email follow-ups, all the calling follow-ups, the texting follow-ups, what the offer is. Assume like all these different variables, whatever they are uniquely is one instance.
Yes.
There's some instance that self-liquidates. Like one
Where
out of
you
a
change like the copy of the ad or the funnel.
1 out of 1,000 of those instances will self-liquidate. So
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, the problem with people is that, like, they're like, one, they don't know it's like 1,000. They think it's like 1, and then they fail, and they're like, oh, this doesn't work. It's like, okay, yeah, it doesn't work for fucking you, but it's definitely gonna work for me. This goes back to the confidence conversation, where it's like, I'm gonna find it. So
because you know like what it is required.
yes, no, the
And
problem
because of the corporate structure, they just don't test it this way. Like you're looking at it like, how can I break a 4-digit lock? Like, how can I crack the code? Where they're like, okay, Jenny in marketing, like, come up with your idea for the week. And she's like, okay, whatever I can do to like punch the time card.
Because there's no incentive for her to actually give a fuck.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
it's like, I'm
Daniel's like, I need to
I'm gonna
find
fucking sit here and just like make
What's that thing in Lord of the Rings? My precious.
hundreds of iterations as fast as possible. Just so many and test them so fast because people are like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to do this for a couple years. It's like, no, bro, I need to find this in like 60 fucking days. Like, fast. Like, let's go. Like, all of it. That's what's actually nice about ListKit because we already have a cash flow company to, like, eat. So, like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, all the money ListKit makes, just spend it. All of it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to be great. I'm just gonna launch funnels just 500 a day, go, and then make a new one. That one 500 a day, go. And just like just test them fast as fuck.
The thing I love about ListKit right now is we're still early on enough to where we can make changes so quickly. Like with Client Ascension, you don't think so?
No. We don't have like the resources to implement as fast as we want.
Yeah, we have a dev team that works like nonstop. Like
Yeah, but it's
we
like,
make
we'll add it
changes.
to the roadmap.
No. Our we are fast as fuck.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Compared
no.
to every other one I've been involved, it is fast as shit.
Yeah, like we like okay, hire salespeople, like
imagine if we
3
had a
on board,
million
3
devs.
onboarded this week, and then we'll have like 2 next week,
Yeah.
and 2 next week, and 2 next week. Like that's the fun part. Whereas like Client Ascension, as it gets like bigger, it's just like a little harder to change direction every time. Like we know what we need to do with that challenger funnel. It's going to take some time.
Yeah, I was
Realistically.
thinking about this today because I have like the org charts for Client Ascension and now ListKit mapped out, just following all the training that Taylor has, and I'm like, we've made a lot of mistakes along the journey of building Client Ascension to the point where it's gotten like almost like overinflated, like the team, right? And it's just cool to like pull those lessons and now apply it to ListKit.
Yeah.
So like ListKit, like we're not going to make the same mistakes where we're just going like hiring sprees without having like really any idea behind what this person is supposed to do. No one gets hired without a scorecard. No one gets hired if it already falls within one of our own responsibilities. There's no layover between like there's 2 of the same people in the company. So yeah, it's just cool. Like it could trail in Client Ascension's success and avoid a lot of those mistakes where we're over hiring or
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the org chart, like the fact we didn't have an org chart for
Yeah.
Client Ascension
Dude,
until now.
Dude,
It's like,
speaking of Eddie earlier, he had such a great perspective on this when he gave the keynote at our event because the way that he was talking about compensating employees was based off of the ROI on that specific employee. Where like people are like, oh, I don't want to pay somebody more than $6K a month because that's a lot of money. Like I don't think I could pay that much right now. But he would look at it and be like, I'll pay this person $15K a month guaranteed because I know their ROI is $30K a month. And when people complain about being compensated, like, oh, I'm worth this much. You're only paying me $100,000 because I'm worth $1 million to the company. Like that's the benefit of being a business owner. Like finding those people that you can actually leverage. So now I feel like with ListKit, like every time we look at a new hire, you just don't hire them unless there's like a clear ROI to that person being on the team, as opposed to stressing how much you're paying them up front.
yeah, it's like every role is required. Like some of the most recent hires we made, the best one I think was we got a lot of great sales talent, which is huge. But the one I did recently was the onboarding specialist.
Yeah.
And so like when you have a SaaS, you have
Oh,
to
yeah, he's
get the
great.
person to understand how to use the SaaS. And it's like, well, they're only paying us $29 a month.
We're gonna need a
It's
second
like,
one.
Yeah, so I already have the second hire lined up. It's going to be Francois, who's been doing the 50 free leads for like 2 months. So he knows exactly how to use the platform and build a list. But anyways, like people think like, oh, they're paying you $79. Why would you spend time doing a one-on-one call with this person? It's like because they need to know how to use the platform in order to stick around. That's why our churn is really low right now. It's because we overcompensate on like the education and the time we spend with our customers to make sure that they're actually using the thing. Because we don't want people to just sign up and leave credits in their account and never come back and use it again. And so like that's where all the attention and effort is going.
Yeah.
And that's something we learned from like Go High Level, which is one of the most successful SaaS companies.
Yeah, they do onboarding calls.
And you're only paying like their pricing structure is still like mind-boggling, but they charge the same thing, like $99 a month. Mm-hmm. And they'll get on a one-on-one onboarding call with every single new customer if they have to. Mm-hmm. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They're one of the SaaS companies that just have like a baller marketing department. Like they incorporate some like DR shit.
Yeah.
So
Yes, they do.
respect to them.
Yeah.
Like they always have to.
I
They're
know.
always running like webinars and different workshops that are like actually like good copy. I feel like with us, we're pretty fortunate because like we know how to talk to our customers because we work so closely with all of them in Client Ascension because we were our own customer when we were building a lead gen agency. Whereas like a lot of the other competitors, they're there. Like they have more awareness than us because they'll be on billboards and they'll pay a shit ton to pop up on the top of the Google search. But like we actually talk to the person.
Yeah.
Whereas like them, it's just like banner ads essentially.
Well, I feel like we actually give a shit because we're still so small. Like, Apollo gets a user, the fucking CEO doesn't care if the user gets results.
So like I was talking about that versus client ascension. Like it's cool being small. Like it's you gotta like.
You're like lean again. It's like a second chance at like doing it better, doing it right. Because like client ascension, you can't move that fast.
No.
Like we can't just like restructure a bunch of things because there's 40 fucking people.
Yeah.
But all right, last question for you, Daniel. Why should the person watching this right now subscribe to the Stick Talk YouTube channel?
You immediately make $1 million right when you hit the subscribe button, like
FTC, beep, beep, beep,
Big government. coming at us.
instantaneously.
We still get Christian to dye his hair blonde if we hit 5K
We're not having
subs.
5K. I'm sorry.
We're only like 600 away.
We're like 600 away.
We could very reasonably hit it if one of
5K
these
subs
episodes
by when?
by the end of the year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he has to dye his
If
hair
you want
blonde.
Christian's hair blonde.
My mom
hit
saw
the
it and she's like,
subscribe
I'd love to die for you. I'm like, motherfucker.
It would be so good for your TikTok, especially.
No.
Yeah, it would.
Look like a
It
jackass.
would, bro. 'Cause
Ryan
the people
Pineda?
who hate you would just engage with you 10x
Bro,
more.
do you know Ryan Pineda? Like the
Yeah.
guy that's blown up on social? He like dyed his hair like pink and just started going more viral. And then like green.
Do you
the
not
next
even
time.
reference it when you do it, or?
And he got a beard out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
he talked about it on a podcast how he like put like the hair growth shit on his face.
Ask Ryan McGinn because I'm pretty sure he's one of his clients. And
I'll
I'm
cross that bridge
sure
when we get to it. All right.
All right, bet.
we will get to
We're
it.
not there yet.
We
getting
will.
there.
ClientAscension.com.
I definitely won't go out if
Join.
I have fucking blonde hair. I'll tell you that.
All right, great job, boys.
ListKit.io.
Let's get
Wait,
that
wait,
out.
wait. Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.